Okay, so we've been learning these deductive argument forms, and you might be wondering, okay, now how can I actually apply this in real life? A lot of people don't actually state their arguments in these valid argument forms. So what I'm going to do is teach you a little skill right now on how to, at least for yourself, construct modus ponens arguments, and then this will help you in reconstructing other people's arguments. So that's what we're going to be planning to do today. How to make modus ponens arguments in real life. That is what I want to teach you. So imagine any sort of reasoning someone might give, where they're reasoning from a premise to a conclusion. Let's say this is going to be a boring one, but I'll make it premise one. Bill is at the store. Okay. Suppose I conclude, I'm going to leave some space here because I want to use it in a little bit. I conclude, therefore, Sally is at the store. Okay. Now, as it stands, it's not a valid argument, as long as it's possible that Bill be at the store when Sally is not at the store. As long as the premise can be true, all the conclusions false. But there's a premise you can add here, where if you add it, you'll have a valid modus ponens argument. Okay, so think about that for a second and try to come up with it. You can even pause and stop, see if you can come up with it on your own. Okay, so do that. Okay, I'm going to imagine that you did that. So hopefully you gave it a try. And if you haven't, you can still pause. It's not too late to see if you can figure it out on your own. Okay, so here's going to be our steps for how to make this into a modus ponens argument when you're trying to reason from Bill is at the store to Sally's at the store. We can add a premise. First, call Bill is at the store P. Okay, and we can call Sally's at the store Q. That might help you. Now, what would be missing to make this modus ponens? What you will need is this. If P, then Q. Okay. Now we've got modus ponens here. But haha, now it's easy to see what should go in here, which is if Bill is at the store, then Sally is at the store. Okay, and with this, now we've got a valid modus ponens argument. And for now, you can actually know how to make any argument that's initially invalid into a valid modus ponens argument. Just anytime anybody reasons from P to Q and you're like, that's not valid, you can just stick in if P then Q. Okay, and that will make it valid. Unfortunately, it doesn't necessarily make it into a sound argument because now, even though we're assured a valid argument here because it's modus ponens, what we want to know is whether premise 2 is true. Right? Is it true that if Bill is at the store, then Sally is at the store? So then what it helps us see is, that is what we should be assessing now when we're assessing the person who jumps from thinking that since Bill is at the store, Sally's at the store. Okay, so that's our first step, how to make modus ponens arguments in real life. And we're going to apply this to other argument forms in addition to modus ponens. So we'll do that in the next video.